Hello, this is your paranormal archaeologist, Digital Archaeology, bringing you 10 more of the scariest encounters ever caught on camera. Let's have a look, shall we? In this first one, originally posted to the Paranormal Zombie section of Reddit, the OP states this toy seemingly turned on by itself with no batteries. Let's have a look.
Está sin pila y empieza a funcionar cuando lo empieza a tocar. ¿Cierto?
What do you make of that one? Do you think it's something haunted and paranormal, like a haunted toy? Or as people in the comment section have speculated, maybe it could be like an internal demo battery that most toys have that you can play with when they're still in the packaging. Given that it's in a cemetery, it may be paranormal and haunted, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments. And what's the next? In this next one posted to Reddit, the OP states that they mounted this camera in their mudroom as they had unexplainably their front door open while no one was home. So we placed this camera to catch and see if anything weird had happened, and also to make sure he could capture his Amazon packages being delivered when this happened. Let's have a look. What do you make of that? As the camera seemingly fell off the wall by itself, the OP states that there was no wind or animals or bugs or anything to cause it to fall. So all he's left with is the unexplainable. Let me know what you think of this one, as there's not much to go on in the comments. And on to the next. And this next one posted to Reddit is some unexplained footage of this dog seemingly barked at a corner. Unfortunately, nobody was there. Let's have a look.
I have no idea what she's upset about. The weird part is, this guy's been asleep. She just started barking and it woke him up. He's not bothered. Not really sure what's bothering her. There's nothing there. It's the TV and a couple of my paintings. See? Nothing. I have no idea what's upsetting her.
So, what do you make of that? As there's clearly nothing there in the corner. The OP does state that at one point, when they first moved in about a year ago, the dog was barking at that corner uncontrollably until they moved stuff and they allowed the dog to inspect it, and there was nothing there. And then it seemingly died down until this was shot. The OP is obviously understandably concerned and confused. What do you think? Is this a case of animals being able to see things we're not able to? Or is it simply something more explainable that the dog just does not like that corner? Let me know what you think of this in the comments, and on to the next. In this next one, posted to the unexplained section of Reddit, the OP has seemingly caught what looks like a smoke ring. Let's have a look.
So, can somebody tell me what the is this? And I'm not using no app. I am on County Road 2 in between State Avenue and K32. And I have never seen anything like that in my life. And it appears that little black stuff is falling down the center of it. That is just weird. And then just to let you all know, I'm not kidding here. This is real. Sorry, that's my phone doing that because it's a piece of crap Motorola. But just so you can see, it's me. And I'm live. And it's starting to dissipate. Look at that. Tell me that is not freaking weird. I have no idea. I've been recording it. It was a dark black circle, and now it's dissipating. I mean, it looks like somebody blew a big old smoke ring.
It looks like it's smoke. My first thought back at a distance was, is it a congregation of birds?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But then, because it looked like everything was falling through the center, but now it's just like totally dissipating. But I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. I had to pull over and record it. So, hey, just so everybody knows, I'm legit. Somebody pulled over to talk to me. I'm not talking to myself.
Do you make of that one? As it's clearly a smoke ring, but what do you think causes it? Something suspicious, or as people in the comment section have suggested, maybe a blown transformer? But who's to say? Because that would probably cause a fire somewhere, and the OP made no mention of that. So let me know what you think of that one, and on to the next. In this one, posted to the unexplained section of Reddit, the OP states that he captured this floating orb in the sky. He also states in one of his comments that this was 13 minutes after sunset. So no sun in the sky. Let's have a look and see what he captured. Do you make of that? As it's clear there's something. Do you think it's something that's in the sky that's just at the right angle to still capture sun, even though the sun set 30 minutes earlier? Or is this another proof of evidence that UFOs truly exist? Let me know what you believe in this one in the comments, and on to the next. In this next one, posted to the Paranormal section of Reddit, the OP states that he took this photo 20 years ago while studying abroad in Cameroon. He states that on one of his down days, the professor he was studying with took him and a bunch of other people to some caves that are known to be haunted, and that when they were there, the locals were telling them about the caves but wouldn't let any of the foreigners more than a few feet in past the entrance. But they were told that the kids, when they're playing, can see paranormal entities residing within the cave. As you can see from this picture, obviously it is poor potato quality, which the OP does admit given it was 2007 when he took the photo. What he's most intrigued about is obviously this right here. As he states, you can see something that's white and translucent, standing between those two kids. It's definitely a pretty good capture nonetheless, but I'm also curious about this figure here as he doesn't mention anything about it. Maybe it's just poor quality of the photo, as he says, and there's actually three. I think that white figure between the two people is definitely a cool capture. Let me know what you think of this one. And on to the next. In this next one, posted to the paranormal section of Reddit, the OP states that him and two friends decided to go investigate the Norwich hospital at 1 a.m. He says that on the way to the hospital, he was praying and to make sure that him and his two friends were protected with the blood of Jesus. He says it didn't really help. So what occurred was, as the OP states, him and his two friends went in. One of his friends decided to play a prank, which seemingly angered the paranormal spirits. As you can see in this first photo, which he says after his friend played the prank, they all went down into the basement when one of the friends suddenly decided to run off back toward their car. The OP, I guess before that occurred, had captured these photos. As you can see, there's nothing really there except something translucent, which I think is what had the OP worried in the first place. In this one, you can clearly see some kind of shadow there. What do you make of that? As it's definitely something there, as you can see what maybe is feet. There, obviously, the OP has changed the filter, and there it is again. The OP also goes on to state that as him and his friends were leaving, the one friend that had run out of the hospital earlier was, as the friend said, being chased by a paranormal entity shadow that had multiple voices and sounded like it had chains rattling. And that when OP suddenly left the hospital with the other friend, the entity dissipated and floated off into the woods. Is this truly a paranormal encounter, or is this all just an elaborate hoax? And good lighting. Let me know what you think of this one in the comments, and on to the next. In this next one, posted to the ghost section of Reddit, the OP states that he was sitting on the couch, as you can see, simply using his computer. When something creepy happens, the OP states that him and his wife have experienced paranormal activity previously, several years earlier. Let's have a look and see what was captured. As you can see, the wife's phone clearly falls by itself. Many people in the comments have speculated that this was deliberate and that maybe there was another pet involved, but the OP states they clearly only have the two cats. What do you think? Was this deliberate and all an elaborate hoax, or is this something more paranormal, as the OP states that they've been dealing with previously? Let me know how you feel about this one in the comments, and on to the next. In this next one, posted to the ghost section of Reddit, is a video that I have seen before. It's titled, well, in this case, titled Jinn or something entirely staged. So, look, I'll play the video for you and then I'll give my thoughts on it. Let's have a look.
¿Quién? ¿Quién anda ahí? Mami, te grabo este video porque están tocando constantemente la puerta. Están pasando cosas que no son. ¿Qué?
Now that we've seen the footage, what do you make of that? As many people in the comments have said they believe this is all just an elaborate hoax. Because as most people would know, when you hear knocking, the last thing you want to do is open the door, as that seemingly invites the entity into the home. What I think, though, for me, is what does it is when the bed sheet is pulled, because as you can see, the poor girl seemingly lives alone. What do you think? Is this all an elaborate hoax? Or is she truly being haunted by a poltergeist? Let me know in the comments. And the next one. In this last one, posted to the EVP section of Reddit, the OP states that he was using a sleep app, I guess, to help himself improve his sleep as he was snoring and keeping his wife up. So he went down to the couch in the lounge room and was sleeping when he seemingly caught this. Let's have a listen. So what do you think of that one? As people in the comments are, I guess, in two camps or in a couple of camps about what is actually being said. Some think it says Elsa May. Others say he'll sleep. Others say help me. Uh, the OP is, I guess, quite concerned by the theory of Elsa May, as it could be a previous owner of the house where he lives. What do you think it says? Let me know what you think of this one in the comment section. Until next time, digital archaeology. For more spooky videos, watch this next video.